Hello and welcome to another episode of Nerf News, your number one source for Nerf news on the net. I'm your host Drac, and today we're talking about the Nerf Mega Mastodon because the spoilers don't stop coming and we won't stop making these until we're done. So this is the Mega Mastodon, and it is a huge beast, a la original Mastodon. Here, this is not what we're talking about, but there's a woolly mammoth, there's an African elephant, there's the Mastodon. One of these things is not like the other, one of these things is alive, but the Mastodon is huge, an actual mammoth of an animal, and the Mega Mastodon is a mammoth of a blaster. If you think that this 24 dart Mega cylinder is a joke, like say the Fearless Fire, then you are out of line because Mega Darts are huge. So this is going to be a monstrous turret. Imagine 2 Roto Furies but larger than that. Powered by 6D batteries, the blaster is going to be heavy. Now this is, of course, a very light mock-up straight from Hasbro, which is why I think that we have this very cheap bandolier. I think we'll get something with A, the Nerf logo on it, and B, a much nicer quality, but you might want the bandolier with how heavy this blaster is going to be and with how large it's going to be. It's a very unwieldy blaster, and it looks like we're going to need 2 hands to operate it. So immediately I'm noting that there's no priming bar on this, which leads me to believe that it might be flywheel activated, especially since it has the batteries involved. Now that said, there's still a realm of possibility where it could be spring powered, just like I think some sort of giant monstrous red Vulcan before it. The Vulcan is of course both a manual and a electronic blaster in one, which is a really cool feature that we haven't had in a while, and it was red, so couldn't resist putting the cameo in there. But one trigger here with a very short stroke. It's clear that this trigger is doing nothing but activating a micro switch, which will be doing something else in the blaster. It's definitely not pushing a dart. It's definitely not any sort of like spring actuator, like a Snapfire or something. That would be ridiculous. I think it's clicking a switch, which will either engage some sort of massive plunger tube that's on a gear train like the Stampede, or which will start revving up some flywheels. Now, how are we going to get the darts into the flywheels? Either it's full auto, like a Rapid Strike, and there's a massive pusher in here, which also actuates the turret, or this crank on the side here has something to do with it. Now, there's a decent chance that this crank is just a carry handle. And that would be the ideal scenario, because if there's a crank on this blaster which is necessary to operate it, it instantly becomes A, less efficient, B, more unwieldy, and overall just a worse design. That said, if it's not a crank and it's just a carry handle, it's cool that it's included. It's a little bit like the Rhino Fire that way, but what can you do? I mean, I'd be excited to have it, whereas like on the Hail Fire, it was a pain because you had to use it to articulate your magazines and your Salad Rotunda thing, but I think that this is a cool include. I hope that it's just super straightforward, simple, full auto, pull the switch, and a spring-powered plunger system goes into full auto mode, and it's just like the Stampede, click, click, boom. I hope it has a decent rate of fire. Most importantly, I think it's going to have to get Mega-style performance. And if it gets Mega performance, then I don't know what else to say about it. I think that it's probably worth picking up. Now, is this the flagship for the Mega line in 2016? I don't know. I'll have more information for you after I go to Toy Fair. Maybe they'll even have a prototype I can play with. I could get my review in come Valentine's Day, so you could see it before Deadpool, which is also red and black. So there's some synergy for you guys in your media acquisition quests. But that's my speculation on the Mastodon. I hope it's a fully automatic, spring-powered Mega Blaster. The way that Hasbro's been leaning, it's more than likely a fully automatic flywheel-powered blaster, with the flywheels being in this giant housing up here, but it's got a very blockish shape to it. It is very sort of machine gun-ish to me, but I think it's going to be cool. I also think, no doubt, it is going to be very expensive. So if this is something that you must have for your arsenal, keep that in mind as you save up for what I'm certain is going to be a pretty expensive primary grade blaster. But thank you very much for watching. If you have any future speculation on this that you would like to add to my critique, if there's anything that you think that I missed and you caught, be sure to let me know. I'd love to make more efficient Nerf news for you down the line. And again, just can't say it enough. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one.